Hi everyone, welcome back to ZAMFlix. My name is Sarah and I'm the Applications and Marketing Intern here at Zund America. For this week's episode, we're going to be talking about consumables, which is a fancy way of talking about all the blades, bits, and others accessories that you can use for your tools. So this is a special episode because I'm going to be talking with Nate all about blades for the UCT and the KCT tools. So thanks for coming today.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me.
All right, so what do you do at Zund America?
I'm a trainer at Zund America, so the customers come in and they learn how to use the machine and the tools.
All right. So let's start with the UCT. It's also known as the Universal Cutting Tool, and its most popular blades are the Z10 and Z11.
Yeah, they're great blades, most definitely. You got two double-sided blades, thick shanked blades, so you can utilize both sides. You can get a longer cut life out of it, for sure, because you can utilize both sides. The differences between the Z10 and the 11 is that you can get a deeper cut with one compared to the other, but also you have a different angle for the two. And with that different angle means that you can have less overcut compared to one or the other.
Right. Okay.
All right.
So the other popular blades for the UCT tool are the Z16 and Z17. So how are they different than the ones we just talked about?
They're different because they're single-sided blades for one, right? So you can't utilize both sides of the blade. Obviously, there's only one side, right? But also the thickness of the blade is different compared to the Z10 and 11s.
So is it thicker or thinner?
The Z16 and 17s are thinner than the Z10s and 11s, which help with not having as much plow going through the material. Kind of like a snow plow going through snow, right? Because you have to displace that material somewhere, and using a thinner blade can help with reducing that plow.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Why would you want to choose a single edge blade over a double edge blade? You talked about how they have less life, so why would I ever want to pick a single edge over a double edge?
Mostly because of knife deflection, quite honestly, because having a thicker blade is going to be a lot more stable, slicing through material that's denser. The material wants to grab that edge of the blade and pull it off of its trajectory of whatever it's cutting. So using a thicker blade really helps with that. You should get more accurate cuts. All right. But it does make more plow because of that.
All right, and then how do these blades work with the minimize rotation feature in Cut Center?
Minimize rotation feature, super easy to turn on. Go to the advanced tab and turn that thing on. And what that does is it utilizes both sides of the blade, right? You have two lines right next to each other that may be however long they are, and it starts on one side, cutting with one edge of the blade, cuts all the way up, and then it lifts up out of the material, moves over, doesn't turn at all, and cuts back with the other side of the blade, increasing the life of the blade, using both sides of it, as well as speed, cutting everything out as well.
Okay. So what materials do you usually cut with the UCT?
Boy, a little bit everything.
That's why it's called universal, right?
Yeah, honestly. So, but for the most part, I don't know, stickers, paper, thin corrugated, stuff like that. A little bit of everything, honestly.
Cool.
It's like the workhorse of our tools at the end of the day. So if we're unsure what to use, we usually grab the UCT and the Z10 as long as it can get through the material.
Right. Okay, so let's talk about the KCT, which is the kiss cutting tool. And it is a really popular tool to do like stickers, vinyl, stuff like that. So the most popular blades in there are the Z2 and Z3. So tell me about like what makes those special and why.
Well, much like the Z10 and 11, the Z3 is a double-sided blade as well, right? So we got minimize rotation is involved with that as well. You can cut up and cut back without turning whatsoever. Saves a little bit of time, but on 1,000 stickers, 1,000 times, it can save a lot of time for sure. So the difference of the 3 to the 2, one's a single-sided blade, one's a double-sided blade. All right. One is a little thinner than the other, so it doesn't create as much plow with it as well. So yeah, really intricate detail with these knives. There are different knives that have different angles to it, which allows you to cut more intricate shapes over the other knives that you have.
And two of our blades, the Z1 and the Z2, are special. Why?
We do have patents on these blades, most definitely. And the Z1, it exerts less drag force as it's sliding through the material, so it's not going to plow as easily. It's not going to tear the material as it goes through it. So, they've been specially developed for exactly that reason.
So the other blades that are used in the KCT are the Z4, Z5, and Z6. So what's different about those?
The differences between the 4, 5, and 6 compared to the 1, 2, and 3 is the actual thinness of the cutting edge of the knife, and also the angle as well, right? What does that do for you? It creates less plow, for sure. It has less drag force with the angle, and also less overcut, right? So from 4 up to 5 up to 6, it's just different angles and thinness of the blade. So less plow and less overcut, which is very, very crucial for sure when you're dealing with very intricate details, and potentially with some stickers, you have some really, really intricate designs on that. So you got to cut accurately and not have it smush the material over as it's like spinning around a radius.
Okay. Cool. Very nice. All right, so that's it for our third episode of ZAMFlix. Thank you so much for watching, and be sure to follow us on social media to get the next episode as soon as it comes out next week.